Let your teenager kick me for a 9-hour flight, get stuck on the plane extra long. I was flying from London to New York yesterday, 9 hours trapped in a metal tube. I had an aisle seat in row 37, basically the very back of the plane, near the bathrooms. Right before takeoff, this mom and her daughter sit down next to me. The daughter looked maybe 16 or 17, but during the flight, the mom ordered her wine, so I guess she was 18. Either way, she acted like a spoiled kid. Within the first hour, the daughter kicks off her shoes. And I'm not talking about nice, clean socks. These things smelled like a gym locker mixed with old cheese, the kind of smell that just hangs in the air. She immediately puts her feet up on the seat in front of her and starts stretching them out into my space. Every few minutes, I'd feel her gross sock foot brush against my leg or elbow me while she was fidgeting around. I tried to ignore it at first. Long flights suck for everyone, right? But it just kept getting worse. She was talking super loud to her mom about some drama with her friends back home. Like everyone on the plane needed to hear about how Britney said something mean at a party last weekend. Her voice was one of those high-pitched ones that just cuts through everything, even the plane engine noise. About 3 hours in, I finally managed to fall asleep. I had my neck pillow on and everything. Then suddenly I feel this sharp jab in my ribs. The daughter had kicked me while adjusting her position, hard enough to wake me up completely. I opened my eyes and she didn't even apologize, just kept scrolling on her phone with her feet still all over my space. Then maybe an hour later, I'm trying to sleep again, and I feel something hit my face, her jacket. She was taking it off and just flung it backwards without looking, and it smacked me right in the head. The mom saw it happen and just giggled. Didn't say anything to her daughter about being more careful. Nothing. I was getting really annoyed at this point, but I didn't want to cause a scene. I just kept telling myself we only had a few more hours to go. But then right before we started our descent, things got even worse. The mom and daughter started play fighting. At least I think it was playing. They were swatting at each other and laughing, but their arms kept hitting me. I got elbowed in the shoulder twice and smacked in the head once. That's when I finally snapped. I turned to them and said, "Hey, can you two please be civilized? This is a plane, not a playground." The daughter rolled her eyes at me. The mom mumbled a half-hearted sorry but looked annoyed that I'd said anything. We landed about 20 minutes later and I was so ready to get off that plane. But then I had an idea. The second the seatbelt sign turned off, both of them jumped up like they were shot out of a cannon. They grabbed their bags from under the seat and stood in the aisle, clearly trying to push their way forward. We were in row 37. There were at least 30 rows of people in front of us. So I very slowly pulled down my tray table and went back to watching the show I had on my phone. This completely blocked them from getting past me into the aisle. The daughter goes, "Excuse me, can you move?" I looked up at her and smiled. "Patience is a virtue. We're literally in the last row. We'll be the last ones off anyway. Might as well relax." The mom's face turned bright red. She looked furious, but there was nothing she could do because I was sitting down with my tray table down and they couldn't physically get past me. Everyone in front of us was slowly filing out row by row. The daughter kept huffing and tapping her foot, but I just kept watching my show. When it finally got to the point where the rows right in front of us were empty, I waited until the very last second to close my tray table. I stood up super slowly and reached up to get my bag from the overhead bin. Then I placed my bag right on my seat, blocking the aisle again while I put on my jacket. I made sure to take my time zipping it up and adjusting my backpack straps. As I was pulling my carry-on down, I accidentally swung my jacket right into the daughter's face, pushing her back a step. "Oops, sorry," I said with the biggest smile. Right as I stepped into the aisle, this huge family of like 6 people from the row behind us pushed forward and got between me and them. The family had multiple kids and tons of bags, so they were moving pretty slow. I walked off that plane feeling amazing. When I got to baggage claim, I was already standing there waiting for like 5 minutes before I saw the mom and daughter finally show up. They both looked miserable. The daughter saw me and shot me the dirtiest look. I just waved. Did it really affect them that much? Probably not. But after 9 hours of being kicked, elbowed, and smacked, it felt really good to inconvenience them for an extra 10 minutes.